104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
I have a dream that one day
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously
the
authentic.
meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
The sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously
I have a
authentic.
dream that one day
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression,
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
I have a dream that one
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping with the word
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
black girls will be able to join hands with the white boys.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
With this faith, we will be
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Be free one day.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. 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 Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
beautiful morning to you. Welcome to Crossfire
Udala
on
Radio.
Udala 104.7 FM this very lovely Saturday morning. Today being the 26th day in the month of July in the year 2025. Wherever you are listening to us from and whatever you may be doing, it's always a pleasure to be here. Remember, on Crossfire, we speak the truth, we uphold the truth, we preserve the truth. We call a spade a spade. We can never call a spade by any other name. That's more reason we say not this era veritas, not this era ayunism veritas, and not this era viveka kabit veritas, and not this era lingolum lingolum, and not this era contra lingolum lingolum. You're welcome wherever you are listening to us from. This is the most lake-stained political program in the entire southeast of this very country, and we are here to do justice to what we know how best to do. We have the issues, we look at them from different angles, from different prisons, and we make something out of them, and we just oppose them and try to place them in a proper context. You are welcome. It's about 5 minutes down the hour, raw 4 a.m. in New York, 5 minutes down the hour of 9 in London, 5 minutes down the hour of 7 or 5 p.m. rather in Tokyo, Japan, and also 5 minutes on the hour of 10 a.m. in Germany, and 5 minutes on the hour of 8 here in Accra, Ghana, and also 5 minutes on the hour of 4 p.m. in China, 5 minutes on the hour of 9 a.m. here in Nigeria, and about 36 minutes on the hour of 1 p.m. in Delhi, India. Wherever you are listening to us from, it's always a pleasure, and this is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha. My name is Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki, the Honorable Speaker, and we are here to do justice to what we have this very morning. Just as you know, we have two guests today, and we have the first guest and the second guest who will be talking to us on different issues, on different perspectives, and we are here to look at these issues we will bring it to you. And then let's quickly introduce our first guest this very morning. We have in the studio with me this morning, Sonny Iwanugo. Sonny Iwanugo is a journalist and former aide to Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nebo, and Director of Publicity, ADC Campaign Council, Anambra State. It's my pleasure to welcome you, Sonny Iwanugo.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome. And then just as I was having a conversation with you, told me that you came all the way from Lagos last night, yes, and for you to be here this very morning. And I don't know how the road or the trip was like. So what was it like moving down from Lagos, just knowing very well that you appear on Crossfire this very morning?
Well, I came in through Asaba Airport, and I came in the night. I could say that the journey was a little bit turbulent in terms of the road transportation to Oka before I came to Onitsha.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's by the way. And let's quickly get to the business of the day. You are the Director of Publicity, ADC Campaign Council in Anambra State. And I also want to ask you this question. What do you think is going on in Anambra State? Do you have a grasp of what is going on in Anambra State?
Yes, because as a journalist, I've been keeping tabs. I've been keeping tabs on the goings on, not only in Anambra State, but in the whole of Nigeria.
In the whole of the country?
Yes.
So, wouldn't you say that Anambra State, the governor is working and things are going on very well? As you can rightly observe, since you're in Lagos, and you say that you keep tabs of every development in the country.
Well, I must say that the governor is working in terms of speeches, in terms of giving very nice speeches, and nobody will listen to our governor without being fascinated, without being proud. I am very proud of him in terms of his speeches, in terms of his ability, intellectual content, and ability to dissect issues very clearly and very concisely. Those are the things. But beyond that, I must say that the other side of it is not too palatable. terms of free governance.
When you talk about real governance, you said it's good when it comes to intellectual capacity, and then it's one who has intellectual capacity that conceives ideas, process ideas, and try to transmit the same ideas so process into something tangible. And then you are saying that on the other side, in the terms of real governance, what do you define as real governance?
Real governance is actually divided into two for me.
Okay.
That is, one of them is the political side of it. The political side of it is completely abhorrent, if I must say so. Completely outside the question, because look at the political trajectory in Nigeria today. You see there are two divides between the good and the bad, between the ugly and the beautiful, and from the pronouncements of the governor himself, I have deducted from it that the governor has decided to take sides with the bad and the ugly.
Okay. Are you aware that the governor has won different awards, even given by journalists like you, different media organizations like you? When it comes to infrastructure, he has won, environment has won, ICT and the state government has won, and also when you talk about primary health care, he has won. Has won virtually every award given by journalists like you, by media organizations like you. So what do you have to say when you say that he is not really into real governance apart from his speeches, but he has been winning awards, and we can see this award, we can even name them, over 16 from different media organizations. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I worked at the top level of journalism in Nigeria today, and I know that I've been part of the meetings where such awards are discussed, and I know the things that attract such awards. They are not really something I want to disclose, but it is beyond what the public knows.
So you don't want to disclose that?
I don't want to think that those awards are really based on what is on ground or what are on ground. In most cases, in most of they are far beyond what are on ground. Those awards could be procured, if I may say so.
Okay, let's look at some of these very awards, and then we are told that I think it was early in 2024, that the government of Anambra State won 2 prestigious awards at the National Primary Healthcare Leadership Challenge, the best state in the entire Southeast, and overall best in the entire country. And we were told that for winning the best state in the Southeast, the state was presented with a check of about $500,000 as the overall best state in the country in the Primary Health Leadership Challenge. The state was also presented with a check of about $700,000, bringing the total prize won by Anambra State to about $1.2 million. And we are told that the event is powered by the Nigerian Governors Forum, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Aliko Dangote Foundation, and Federal Ministry of Health and UNICEF. And we are told that the Primary Health Care Leadership Challenge aims to enhance governors' commitment to human capital development and primary health care, mobilize state resources, promote accountability, and foster innovation for gender-specific health concerns. So, with this in view, you are saying that it was something that was discussed as a top level where every state was dissected, where there was some of the factors and the measures and criteria used to compute the overall results.
Well, in that regard, I think I'll speak from the journalism perspective, from the newsroom perspective. I don't know what happens.
Even the Federal Ministry of Health, Melinda Gates, Aliko Dangote, look at multiple corporations and organizations that were involved, not just one person taking a decision.
No. I don't belong to that group, so I don't know what must have informed their decision to give the award to Anambra State. But what I know is to the level of what happens in the journalism industry.
Okay.
And I know I can tell you authoritatively that those awards that you said you are given by journalists could not have been based on what is on ground.
Let's leave that because that's just your thought anyway. Let's leave that and look into your own party, ADC. You know, when we talk about ADC, would you say ADC is on ground in Anambra State?
Well, you must look at to answer that question. You must look at the political trajectory in Nigeria today,
Okay.
and you must see that many people have been asking, what is the alternative to what I had just described to you as a government, an underwhelming government that has been taken on in Anambra State, that has been operating in Anambra State for the past 3 or 4 years. That it's been very much underwhelming, and many people have been asking what is the alternative. For the past 2 or 3 years since I took up the issue of a lone voice in trying to bring a change in Anambra State before the ADC issue happened. The question has always been, what is the alternative? And that alternative is here today. So it is not about how the ADC has been doing in the past 3 or 4 years or past or since it was formed. It is about what the ADC is to Nigeria and to Anambra State today. And that ADC is the voice of the alternative voice of not only Anambra State but the entire country today.
I want to ask you, what has ADC done for Anambra State that will make the people of Anambra State to see it as an alternative? What has it done in terms of practical issues? What has it done, or people in ADC, what would you say they have done? How have they been able to impact on the people of the state in the Anambra that would make them to say, oh, it's an alternative?
No, the question is not well framed, if I may. The question should be, what will ADC
What would they do?
What will they do?
We move from known to unknown.
Yes.
So we start with what they have done and possibly what they would do from unknown to known.
No, if you have been following the political trajectory in Anambra, you will know that there is a new thing that is happening in ADC. Now,
what is that new thing?
The new thing that is happening in ADC is that people who have looked at the evil that is going on in Nigeria today want to change that evil. They want to change that trajectory. And they see the only way they can change it is not in the entrenched political parties like the APC that is not, that ABGA has now become a branch of. It is in ADC that is offering a new dawn, a new alternative to Nigeria.
To Nigeria.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask, because Mr. President just described ADC as a coalition of confused politicians.
Yes.
Just recent, I think, when he was actually making a speech to members of a National Executive Committee of APC. But that's by the way. Yes. And you say that they are coming together for something new. Many of them who are coming into ADC, we've known them before now. They have been in different political parties, and we've been able to see what they were able to do in those political parties.
Yes.
And many of them have not been in that power circle, and they are trying to find themselves back. Would you say they are now born again as they are entering into APC? Remember, there was a statement that one says, once you join our own political party, your sins are forgiven. So would you say those who are coming into APC now, they are born again?
The person that made that statement is still in APC. The person that made that statement is Adams Oshomole, as the chairman of the national chairman of APC. He's still a staunch member of APC.
So what's the...
So it doesn't relate to the ADC.
Okay,
even at that, you see, it gets to a point when you say this further, no further. We can't go further.
You can't go further?
Yes, we must now do a rethink. I think that is what is going on in ADC now. People are now saying this country, the way it is going, if it is allowed to continue on this trajectory, the only place it will land is down the edge of the precipice.
Okay, away from that, because for you think that there is something that the ADC will bring. You said it's not a question of what they have done, it's a question of what they will bring. But just like I said earlier on, you'll start from known to unknown. But let's now talk about your candidate in Anambra State. How best do you know him?
Well, I know him. I just met him and I listened to him and I looked at his profile, and all of them are so enchanting and I'm so enthusiastic with what I found in the few months that I have come in contact with him. I have enormous trust that the change we are looking for in Anambra State is he has the key to bring that change.
Have you worked with him in the past?
I have not worked with him, but
You've not worked with him?
But as a journalist of many years, I have met virtually all politicians you can think of in this country. I have sat down with them and talked with them, and based on my experience, I have met Zeke, I have met Ojukwu, I have met all virtually.
You also met Awolowo?
No, I didn't meet Awolowo.
Oh, you didn't meet Awolowo?
Yes, but
okay.
I met all these people.
I thought you would have met Asamadu Bello too as well.
No, I didn't.
You didn't
I
meet,
didn't,
okay.
I didn't
But
meet-
you met Zeke, you met Ojukwu.
I met virtually all the presidents in this country today that has been in this country today.
And
I have sat down with them, I've discussed with them, and down the line to all the politicians that happened in the past and are happening today. And from that that experience,
okay.
You can deduce
That is deduction.
Yes, what an individual,
Deduction.
yeah, what an individual can do.
And that is vicarious
And-
experience. That's
and-
what you
and-
are looking at.
Yeah, and you see, a country or a state does not end in just one session or in one day.
Okay.
Yes, a country is a work in progress. You try this person and it's not working, as it is not working today
Where?
in Anambra.
Well,
it is not working
You said
today.
it's not working, but what if people say it is working? What if
It
people...
depends on the
You are now the one
Yes.
talking. What if the people say it's working?
If it depends on the person saying it is working and what the person stands to gain.
Okay.
Yes, but for people like us who have
Who live in Lagos?
who stay
Oh,
and look. No, I'm an indigenous of Anambra State. I
Oh.
come into Anambra
From
State.
which of the local governments are you from?
I'm from Orumba South.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm from Orumba South, and we come to Anambra. It doesn't mean that because I live in Lagos I don't know anything about. After all, the governor of the state didn't live in the state before becoming a governor.
Okay. Is your principal also the candidate of ADC living in Anambra State as well, or also based in Lagos or based in Abuja?
He's based in Lagos, and
Oh,
he also has a home in Anambra.
Okay.
And yeah, so he's as an Anambra indigenous.
You know why I
even
asked
if,
that question?
Even if you live in the Eskimos, you must be on tabs with your people.
Okay, now-
and you can always listen to your people and know what your people want.
Okay. Now you said you've not worked with their candidates, but you've sat down with him
Yes.
and you have made their deductions.
Yes.
Not that you've worked with him.
No.
Now the question now is, can you give him such trust? Because one is experience, one is deduction, and experience someone will tell you is best when compared to deduction. Deduction is something you make up by your own interaction with someone.
Experience in what sense?
Experience is when you work with somebody, you have experience with what the person is all about.
That means you have to work with everybody before you trust them.
Oh, okay.
That
So you may not need to work with
You don't
everybody.
have to work with everybody.
Everybody.
One sentence from somebody is enough for you to make your conclusion about that person.
Now, what is ADC bringing to Anambra State if they are given the opportunity? What do you think they are going to bring?
First of all, a government, from my interaction with my principal, I find out that he's a person that is well traveled, with enough experience, with enough connections. And that is what we need in Anambra State. Anambra State, we need somebody that will take the gown to town, and not somebody. The economic development of Anambra State cannot come within the resources of Anambra State. You must go outside Anambra State to bring the resources to transform the economy of Anambra State, and that is not happening right now. So the person that we are talking about is somebody that has international connection. Apart from the national connections, he has international connections, has businesses outside Nigeria, has businesses outside the shores of this Anambra State. And therefore, he can connect with the international community to bring businesses to Anambra State that will develop just two big companies in Anambra can change the narrative of Anambra people.
I asked somebody question about this because last time somebody made this remark, the person was asking me to also ask someone who is making the remark, has he brought such kind of development or businesses in Nnewi or the Nnewi where he's from? There is this saying that charity begins at home. Yes. Has he done that?
No. The latitude you have as a governor is different from the latitude you have as an individual. So I don't think that question that question suffices. You understand? So it's a different thing from working as an individual and working as a governor of a state. I wouldn't be blaming the governor of Anambra State for not bringing even a mechanic workshop in Anambra State.
But then, are you aware about the Afri-Exim Bank partnership the government of Anambra State has with such a bank, where the bank will help bring investment in the area of industrial hubs? Have you noted that as a journalist? Because there was a time it was widely published, widely stated. In fact, the man who is the MD of Southeast Development Commission was at that time the MD of ANSIPA, that is in charge of attracting investment into the state, and he secured such investment all the way in Egypt. Were you aware as a journalist?
Well, what the most important thing for me is what is on ground, and it's not what is on paper. If we don't see those things on ground, then I don't think there's any basis for me to start relating that to the issue on ground.
But were you able to hear such news as a journalist?
Of course I hear everything, but then we are looking for what is on ground.
Oh, you're looking for
what? Let it reflect on ground, let it reflect on the lives of people, so that we see those things. When we see those things, so we can now use those things to judge you, not by, like I listened to my governor on the platform on May 29th. There is no way you cannot be fascinated. There is no way you can be bamboozled. There is no way you cannot be enchanted. There is no way you cannot be proud that is your governor.
So you are proud?
Yes, I am proud that is somebody that can somebody that can mesmerize when you listen to him. But at the end of the day, what is on ground? What is on ground for the people of Anambra State? Politically, Anambra State is being taken to the Golgotha. Infrastructurally, there's nothing to write home about.
Are you saying this when people are saying that the state is a construction site with quite a lot of infrastructure? Look at, I traveled to Ekulobia last week Saturday.
Yes.
I saw Ekulobia flyover.
Yes.
And then you also saw Ekulobia International Market.
Exactly.
And then if you look at dualization of some roads,
yes,
the Oba Ofemili Ubene, the one that is in Oka, yes, Oka North, yes, and you also look at some of these big trunk A roads being dualized, the one that will take you from Nanka to Ekulobia, and also the one that will take you from Oka to Nnewi and down to Iyala being dualized. And then you also talk about so many of these projects that are ongoing. About we are told about over 600 kilometers of road have been asphalted and over 700 being awarded. Would you sit down as a journalist and say these things are nothing, even when they can be seen, or maybe when they are evident? Would you say, oh, it's nothing to write home about? What do you have to say about that?
What was the pitch of the governor before he was hired? What was the pitch? What did he tell Anambra he was going to do?
So what did he tell?
He told Anambra that he was going to transform Anambra State to the Dubai, Taiwan of Africa.
Okay.
Is that what it is? All these things you have mentioned, do they look like Dubai or like Taiwan? The bridge, of course, it takes me to my hometown. That the
Ekulobia flyover. It takes you to
my hometown.
Where is your hometown exactly?
Well, I think we should keep it.
Okay, you don't want us to know about it for security reasons.
But it takes me to my hometown. Yeah? But I can tell you, if we are comparing the issue of Dubai, Taiwan, okay, that bridge is not up to Agege Bridge. If you have been in Lagos, it's not up to the bridge at Pensinema.
Okay.
It's not up to that bridge.
Okay, it's not up to that bridge.
So when you are talking about it, why we hired him amongst the others? Because I watched the debate in 2021. I watched the debate of the 5 governors.
5 aspirants.
Five governorship
Aspirants.
not the candidates. They were candidates.
They were
not
candidates.
Yes.
Okay.
I watched the debate. Any of them, any of those governors could have provided all the things you are saying.
Any of them could have provided
all the things you have just listed now. Any of them could do it. The only thing that separated our governor from those people is because he promised that he was going to give Anambra the Dubai Taiwan of Africa.
Okay.
And that was why we hired him. And the Dubai Taiwan of Africa, everybody knows how Dubai looks like. And if you have
was
not,
Dubai built in 4 years?
If you have not, no, but that's what he told us.
Remember,
so the question should be given.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Probably I have asked this question to someone who is of Abga.
Yes.
And then he defined the concept of Dubai Taiwan, saying it's not the way you are defining it now.
Okay.
And what he defined, he said, Dubai Taiwan, what is Dubai known for?
Yes.
Tourism.
Yes.
What is Taiwan known for? Industrialization. And then he also added Silicon Valley.
Yes.
That is technovation.
Yes.
And he said that there is a solution innovation district that is ongoing. There is also a technology hub. And then he said that look at Solution Force City that brings tourism, bring those people into the state. And also look at how the industrial hub are head and even automotive industries, these things have got master plans, and before you know it, they will come into place. Are you not seeing that vision? I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
Well, what he told us, I don't know. It's very easy for people to make scintillating statements.
Okay.
Statements that we owe you. The point is, what are you seeing on ground? When people are saying all these things to you, ask them where is the picture of what is on ground.
Okay, now let's leave the governor of Anambra State and talk about your own ADC.
Yes.
I asked the question, what are they bringing? And then you were able to answer it in a way for me that is not too satisfactory. What are they bringing? What are they giving to the people that will make them say, oh, we are leaving A and probably heading towards B?
First of all, what they are bringing is what we call smart government. Smart government that will be based on e-governance. Government that will be based on electronic governance, on technology. Something like that will make it possible for the security of Anambra people to be done scientifically, so that you do not have to chase people in the streets with pestle, akodo, and be breaking people's legs and be breaking people's spines because you want to harvest you want to get internally generated revenue. Secondly, I have told you our principal about his leverage with the outside world. This is somebody that has the potential to bring in companies that will establish in Anambra State, and we rev up the revenue.
So how then do you trust such statements? Because anybody can make such statements.
Yes, that is why I told you ab initio that governance does not end in a day. If somebody had promised you something that he was going to do something in 4 years and he didn't do it, and there is no prospect of doing it, the next thing you ought to do as a thinking human being is to take steps. If you came to a company and the company your pitch with the company is that you are going to do the so targets in 1 year, and at the end of the year you are just bringing just 10% of that target, I don't think any company will continue keeping you.
So we have a number of sectors
Yes.
here. I'm looking at your own manifesto.
Yes.
What's their manifesto? I know you've got an agenda. If you can remind us, let's look at these things, because it's one thing to tell one to leave what he has to go for something unknown, unless you must have something much more than what he has. So now that's what I'm saying. It's one thing to say this is that, but people will make their judgment. Remember, the people of Anambra State are politically conscious. I would want that extraordinary pain the party or your party will tell the people of Anambra State, because the state ranks number 1 as the most politically conscious state in Nigeria, and that's why that they became the first state to move into off-cycle election.
Yes.
Because they wanted a change and they got it.
Exactly.
So these people, they are politically sagacious.
Yes.
So it's well noted that if you're talking to them, you know that you're not talking to a baby.
Yes.
So what are those things? You just mentioned e-governance, and you also talked about bringing in investment, but then if you relate it to proof, because these days, if you tell us you're going to bring this, we'll tell you, how much do you know those places, people? How have you been in connection with them? Anybody can come and say anything.
You see, you must understand that somebody that has built up a business of such magnitude is not also a baby in terms of what I have just told you. Somebody that has built a business that has such a international connection cannot be a baby. So when he tells you that his agenda is going to be based on providing e-governance and smart government,
That's all?
you cannot be joking, because his agenda is based on what is called the SHIMS model. That is security, health, education, economy, enterprises, market, and social welfare. So those are the issues. If you, for instance, in the economy, I have told you how it's going to rev up the economy part of Anambra State by introducing smart governance, so that all those revenues you are talking about, just like it's being done in Lagos, for instance. It's not. You don't see in Lagos. You don't see anybody breaking people's.
We see last month. We see a lot of uniformed people in Lagos. They're on the road.
Yes, they are.
Wow, they're on the road.
They're on the road, but you don't see the type of brutality that I have witnessed.
We have so many viral videos about that.
I saw one last night as I was coming in from the airport. Saw one last night.
Okay.
Last night.
I
was coming from the airport. I was coming into Anambra State.
Through Anambra State Airport.
Through Asaba Airport. I was driving. I was going to Oka.
Okay.
And I saw a group of men dragging somebody, pulling somebody inside the car, and it was night. I was so afraid. Can you move about in Anambra State today without holding your heart in your hands?
Can we move around?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
No, maybe they will answer that by the time we open the phone lines. Probably they're going to answer that.
Yes.
But then, because you said you came in last night.
Yes.
So, and you say that in Lagos they don't drag people, but
No.
They don't drag people.
It doesn't happen.
But
It rarely happens. In fact, I read such a thing. I've been reading about the situation of the security situation in Anambra State in the past in the past years. And I saw one example last night.
Okay, but then because we are journalists, what we do, we fact check everything. Because we are also told that there are so many of these things going on in Lagos, and you can even understand I live in Lagos. I've been living in Lagos for the past how many years? So I know the Lagos environment. I know when things changed. You don't. I've not seen anybody whose spine was broken with Akodo in Lagos. I have never seen it in Lagos. I have never seen it elsewhere except in Anambra. And the fact that we are associating that to somebody that is a professor is something that is completely ununderstandable. There's no way I can wrap my head around it. Now, because just like I said earlier on, we fact check a lot of things, because we've even seen where some of these revenue agents in Lagos were taken to court for their brutality, for their high-handedness on some motorists, on some people, even when they disobey traffic, the LASMA. We saw that woman. There
is LASMA that is very effective and very efficient.
So they don't drag people?
I have never seen a LASMA people brutalizing anybody. And last mile is a traffic body. It's not a revenue collection body. I'm talking about revenue.
Okay, you're not talking about.
Last mile is a traffic offense body that checks your your traffic behavior in Lagos.
So they don't brutalize people there.
No, I don't. Even if it happens, it must be maybe an exception and not the rule. But here, it is the rule and not the exception.
Okay, here is. I think. All right, that's by the way. We are not going to argue that, but I'm aware that many people have written article about last month brutality in Lagos and even that of police, and then I can even tell you that you can even read up that very article written by one Shude Obiefuna, who has written an article. In fact, he itemized all their brutality in Lagos, how they do this, and then even made a complaint and then wrote petition. But you said you are not seeing those things. But maybe Obiefuna Shude is seeing it and then writing petition. It depends on who is seeing, just like you said.
And there's also even if I have also heard cases of such things, I cannot say it is totally not true. Okay. But in cases where they tell you if there is anybody that harasses you, this is the phone line. This is how to get about it, so that you get justice. Unlike in this, I have not heard. There is one that died 2 weeks ago at the Okechukwu Academy. I have written several articles about him. I have not heard one explanation whatsoever from government about what happened to him and what happened to those people who did that to him.
Okay, probably the police will know, maybe they are on it. But one thing I also want to say is this, that we have to open the phone lines at this point, and then because we are looking at time, and I wanted us to focus more on the key agenda of ADC, but then you keep going to
no there's nothing about it
because you mentioned the chief agenda and you just flip it, but I wanted us to pick one or two or three and look at it so deeply, but we have to go the way we went. But let's open the phone lines because of time. Probably if there is any time, maybe we talk about the issue of commerce, and then I heard when you mentioned it, and then see what is on the ground and probably what you have in mind. Let's open the phone lines and then allow people to come in at this very point. You have 0803 221 6976 and 0803 827 6694. All right, let's call it again, 0803 221 6973 or 0803 827 6694. We have Sonny Ibanugo, a journalist by profession and also former media aide to former Minister of Power, Chinedu Nebo, and at the same time, the Director of Publicity, ADC. He has said a lot here, but then remember, you have your own mouth. So let's open the phone lines and then allow you to come in here. This is Crossfire. And we've been exchanging the fire here. So let's open the phone lines and allow you to come in here. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You have to move away from the radio set. You have to do that because of time.
Okay. I have done that.
Let's have your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Awada.
A quick one, please.
Okay, I greet the guests in the studio.
Thank you.
We Anambarians, we are applying for the people that will liberate Anambra from taxation. So because I have his agenda, the agendas they are coming from. That agenda is pure. Or we believe that anyone that is said that is going to do a work in Anambarians must not go in taxes. They must go for creation of jobs and industrial, that Anambra people must be employed. We will vote in those people that will liberate Anambra from this very immense that is going on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the. I think
You will respond to them when we give you the space. So let's take the calls. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
My name is Sunday. I call from Georgia.
You are calling from a Kulobia Sunday.
Yes, hello.
Please go on. You have the floor.
Yes. Why is it that he's hiding his community? Because if he told us his community, I can hear told you what the governor have done here. And he failed to say so. That is his own business. But to me, in as much as I'm in Anambra, you don't have performed more than any other governor. Infrastructure-wise, yes, country growth. I will take you many places, many community roads, highway, even our World Championship Stadium. I put it to standard as a stadium in a state. General hospital in our place. If you go there now, see people going in, going out. But before, nobody goes there. So to me, governor has performed no less than 99%. That is the truth. Within these 3 years or 2 years, will I continue? My own observation, the Ludo have done well in as much as governor is concerned. He's coming up with Dubai, Taiwan. Even in I will be saying about my community. He has changed the face of our community. We want to tell ourselves the truth. Many people come down from Lagos, our town people, come down to Lagos and come here, begin confused. Some don't even know the road to go to their house. They need to call. What is happening? We show them the road to come. So the guys have transformed my community as well. I've come from a brother. Nobody will confuse me that the man has never built Taiwan, Dubai in his brother. He have done so. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. We'll come back to that later on. Just we're gonna take calls. I don't know if you are taking note of some of these conversations so that you reply or respond to them when we give you the opportunity to do that. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Hello. Good morning.
You're welcome.
I thank you, Dr. Tony Mbeki.
You're welcome.
You are something else. I thank you.
Thank
Well
you
done,
so
sir.
much. Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Erika Shimotu. I'm calling you from Obunike here in Anambra State. See, we all watch Toludo when he contested first. You know, in Nigeria, if you promise them bread and enter and give them something, they will say you have pride for giving them something. Forget that you promised them bread. I watched Toludo when he contested first time. That time I was working in the bank, one of the commercial banks. That was in PDP when he promised this Dubai Taiwan. He promised it in PDP before promising it second time in Africa. He was asked to go to Africa if he wants to be the governor. That was when he came out first time from CBN. See, Toludo, for me, he didn't promise Oko people to buy Taiwan. He promised Anambra people to buy Taiwan. And considering what Anambra is and the kind of brain they have, the way they are respected in the Igbo land as Indo Kamamihe, and from any state, he has not done marvelously. Has not done marvelous. Okay, now it's been only one flyover in Oko. But if you come to a place like Obunike Toge, that sometimes you stay that place for 2-3 hours, you need to hold up. You cannot pass. If you go to the airport, Anambra Airport Junction, that place needs a flyover. Urgent one for that matter. Okay. You know, this is Anambra State.
All right, you said that place needs a flyover.
An urgent flyover. That airport junction, Anambra Airport Junction, needs an urgent flyover. Because that what they put there was a bump or speed breaker.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
All right, thank you so much.
This Agro people, those guys and all these people, because he did.
Round off so that others will come in.
I didn't foresee. I didn't take that. Didn't go down with me very well as a professor.
Okay. All right, we got their points. All right, I think the guest is taking note of some of these responses. So probably by the time we allow him time, he's going to respond to them. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. We are looking at time.
Olisa Mbeki.
Please make it brief. We are going to give you just.
My name is Mwanganga Wokoma.
You're welcome.
Greeting you from there.
Please go on, Wanganga.
Your guest is comparing Anambra State with Lagos. I've been in Lagos for very close to 25 years. The most disorganized city in the whole world is Lagos. I tell you, can take it to the bank. And having in mind that Lagos was once the capital of Nigeria, most of the infrastructure that we see in Lagos are being done by the federal government. And Papa, great luck is still there. See tomorrow. Nothing has been done there. Maybe your guest is living in Ikoyi or maybe Victoria Land. If you go to Ajegunle, go to Alaba International, go to some other places. I mean, it's hinterland. You see that Lagos is smelling. So look, don't tell me about Lagos. Because I know Lagos. I grew up there. I schooled there. I graduated there. I am a Lagosian. I speak Yoruba like a Yoruba man. So you don't tell me about Lagos.
So can you speak
Yoruba has done very well.
Can you
It's
speak?
only 3 years
All
out
right.
there.
All right.
You have changed the face of Anambra State. Security-wise, we are one of the best in Nigeria today. You hardly hear security issues in Anambra State. I tell you the truth. I visited the north. I have visited so many places in Nigeria. What you hear every day is killing. Anambra State is coming up.
All right. We gave
one day. Good
Okay.
morning.
All right. Thank you so much. Please let's learn to make it in a minute. Let's keep to time. This is getting hot and it's getting hotter. So I understand the exchanges and then depending on who is seeing and who is talking. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
My name is Comrade Owauchen. I'm calling you from Onitsha.
You're welcome. Comrade Owauchen, calling from Onitsha. You have less than a minute. Please go on quickly.
Thank you very much. The truth is that Toledo is doing well. It is doing well. Forget about the Dubai, Taiwan, something. You know, that is a statement made in passing. But if the development in Anambra State follows this current trajectory in the next 15 years, Anambra State will be like Dubai, Taiwan, they promise. The only problem I had with this administration is the over-taxation. It's getting out of hand. Another one is the governor trying to please Aso Rock to the detriment of Anambrarians. I don't know why every governor is hustling to please Aso Rock. Focus on the people. You have our mandate. Forget about the Aso Rock and their shenanigans. You know, when you finish serving your time, if you want to play national politics, you will join the queue. Stop pleasing the Aso Rock, you know, against one of your own. Just focus on governance. The people are with you. You have our mandate. This is a little advice I want to give. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. And then let's take one and possibly come back to our guest calls are coming in their numbers. And then, just like I said earlier on, the most listening political program in the Southeast. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Olisa Mbeki. Good morning, the guests in the studio. This is Samson Emeketa. I'm calling from Onitsha.
You're welcome.
I was listening to the guest this morning, and the thing that caught my attention was the promise of smart government, which is e-governance. And that is what Soludo has said in his campaign. And it also caught my attention about centralized digital payment in Anambra State. And I have for long expected it, because he said that he will eradicate this physical payment of giving of funds to this aburus, and it will stop. And the manner of collection of taxes will be digitalized. But now, I'm yet to see it, and this has caused incessant inflation of taxation in Anambra State. And if there is enough time, I'm going to state how it affected us where we trade, that the tax was even inflated to up to 200% of the bill of taxes. And I was in doubt whether this is actually going to the state government, because if there is an electronic payment, I think we will know this is going direct to the state government. But now, of recent, the local government came to able to collect tax with the state government, and the amount tripled than when last year when the state government alone was collecting. But this year's own, we were told the local government will also be collecting there, and the state own inflated even by 2. So,
all right, thank you so much.
And I'm expecting if any government comes in power.
All right, we have to let you go because of time. You have to speak within the time frame so that others will come in. I don't know, let's allow our guests to come in at this very point, and then you've heard quite a lot of people sharing their opinion, sharing their thoughts, and then let's get your own response to some of those opinions.
Well, the man that talked about The first caller, I forgot. I didn't get it. I didn't quite get it. Thank you very much for believing in the new movement about where Nigeria and Anambra is going. Thank you very much for believing in the ADC. The second caller that talked about the Kulobia being transformed. If you listen to my initial statement, I will let me reiterate that any of the 5 candidates that contested to Professor Soludo in 2021 would have done exactly or more than what he did in Ekulobia. So that cannot be the basis for re-engaging him, because what he puts it side by side with what he told us. He has not fulfilled what he told us about making Anambra the Dubai Taiwan of Africa. The Nwokoma who talked about disorganized Lagos. Well, I talked about Lagos in terms of e-governance, in terms of people using the smart government or governance style model in collecting taxes. I didn't say that Lagos is an Eldorado. Meanwhile, since you say you live in Lagos for 25 years, I can tell you that I came into Lagos as a child in 1976, and I have been living in Lagos since 1976. I went to primary school in Lagos. I went to secondary school in Lagos, and I don't live in Ikoyi. I lived for the past for about 20 years in the same Ajegunle you are talking about. So I am a complete Omoiko. I'm a complete Lagos boy. I went to secondary school in Lagos. I know what we did in Lagos as children. So you cannot compare yourself, your experience with about Lagos with mine. Yes, when it comes to that, I am tops. Then the other man, comrade, who talked about Anambra, Soludo doing very well in Anambra. I thank you very much. And but where you also agree with me, he's trying to please Aso Rock. On that, I'm also on all fours with you, and that is what I talked about from the initial stage about the political side of this government, the government of Anambra State, the political side, and that political side is taking Anambra State to the go-getter. And if you look at it, if I may expand that thought, that APC government did gas master plan, and the entire southeast was excluded. The APC did rail master plan. The entire southeast was excluded.
But it has been included now in the latest development.
Let me finish. Then the APC most recently did the river basins. About more than 600 billion was mapped out for river basins in Nigeria. Not a single kobo was devoted to southeast. So any human being.
But he did not also add that the southeast has been included in the rail plan, because it's not good to tell the people the other way around.
I am coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
I am coming. The southeast has been included in the rail plan. What is the mindset? What is the mindset that ab initio made them exclude southeast from the master plan? That is the issue.
Okay.
It is the spirit behind it that I'm talking about. It is not even the actualization of it. It's the spirit. So anybody that is teaming up with APC as a government in Nigeria today,
APC has their candidates. Hope you are aware.
Yes, I'm talking about what our governor said and what everybody had. I am going to team up. I'm going to support APC in 2027. That is taking the southeast or Anambra the go-gutter.
So do you think it is better to have worked against the federal government and possibly be not given the fair share? We are talking about being included. Most importantly,
what is included? Included in where? Is Ebonyi not APC? Is Imo not APC?
No, I'm talking
about. So what have they?
The Eastern Railway that was included by President Bola Tinubu was something that Buhari could not do.
Yes.
And then Tinubu came in and did it. What if Tinubu had said he wouldn't do it? What happened?
No, nothing will happen.
So
nothing happened.
Don't you think that it could have been the right politics played by some stakeholders that made him to include it?
And you have not even seen that manifest. But let me tell you.
Because Victor may said it the other time that it was part of the borrowing plan.
Let me tell you. As I told you, as I introduced to you, I told you earlier, I sat down with our general of the People's Army, that is Chief Emeka Odumegwu. I sat down with him and I asked him about Biafra. What happened? How did Biafra come about? He told me about what was happening, about how people were headless bodies.
You have to wrap up. We're completely out of time.
We are being brought, and he drew a line in the sand.
All right.
Anambra people are people of struggle.
We are completely out of time.
You continue to struggle.
Your final statements.
Yeah. My final statement is that the future of Anambra State lies in the new political arrangement that is going on in Nigeria today. Not with anybody that wants to take Anambra State to the center that we are talking about. It is a road to go gutter. It is a road to total destruction and annihilation of the people.
All right,
of
thank you so
State.
much on that note. Sunday Iwanugu, the director, media, ADC campaign council in Anambra State, and also a journalist who has been in the industry for many years, for many decades, and then who has also said he has sat down with so many of our figure politicians and then discuss the issue of Nigeria. Thank you so much for your time this very morning.
My pleasure indeed.
We take a moment. When we come back, we are going to get in our second guest this very morning on Crossfire. And when we come back, we are going to also throw questions as we have done. And remember, on Crossfire, you get everything you desire. So don't get anywhere. We'll be right back after the moment.
104.7 FM. Seriously authentic. Udala Radio 104.7 FM.
And welcome to
Seriously authentic.
Heaven in Obrashuku and Nyocha local government area.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Promo package for real winners. Don't miss out in this laudable promo 2025.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Winners Global Estate is selling fast. 3.5 million.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
081-6440-4098 or 080-37.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Security is assured.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Mama Chisom, how do you manage your kids during these long vacations?
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
I used to feel the same way too. Until I
Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Seriously authentic.
Mommy, I just coded my first Crash game. Come and play with me. At 84 Techniques STEM Summer Coding Camp, your kids will learn
Udala Radio 104.7 FM.
computer appreciation,
Seriously
piano lessons,
authentic.
storytelling with AI, science experiments, and so much more.
Udala
All in a
Radio
fun, engaging environment.
104.7 FM.
To register, visit us at
Seriously
number 6 Ridge Road,
authentic.
GRA, opposite EEDC, Onitsha, or call 070 616
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Where fun meets innovation.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Property. We give you opportunities from Nkwele to Umuya.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Lagos to Imo. AFF is planning possibilities.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Table water, purity in every drop. We are in wine, the refreshment for your soul.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic. Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Visit our physical office at number 56 Tony Ume Street, Awada, or call us
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic. 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 Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Wendy's bread, your tasty bread.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic. Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Guys, serious now. Celebrity king.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
You can own your dreamland with 100K weekly.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
A Save to Buy plan allows you to pay for your dreamland instrumentally, easy, flexible, and all yours.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Like Otulu Asaba behind the Washuku Polytechnic, Admiralty Drive.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
8042 or 0903-844-9351. Celebrity Language.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
The debates get hotter when the issues demand clarity.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
The controversies and the decisions that shape our nation. Join
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
the hard truths and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
Every Saturday from 9 a.m.
Gala Radio 104.7 FM. Seamlessly authentic.
You're welcome back. It's to Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha. This lovely Saturday morning, we're done with our first guest here. We are back, just like we promised you earlier on. And then it's going to be a continuation of what we had before now. And we have in the studio here with me Professor Ebuka Wankwo. He is an accomplished professor of civil engineering at the University of Benin with a stellar academic background, a first-class honors in civil engineering from Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and both masters and PhDs from Imperial College London. He teaches, he conducts research, and provides infrastructure consultancy for large organizations. I'm in the studio with Professor Ebuka Wankwo. But before then, I must also add that he is the special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on special project. It's my pleasure to welcome you, Professor Ebuka Wankwo. What a stellar academic background. Immediately I saw that first class civil engineering, Federal University of Technology, where I marveled. I must salute you. I must give you your flowers. You're welcome this morning on Crossfire.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mbeki. It's good to be here. I must say you people are doing a great job, and this is what it should be like. And thank you very much for having this great organization in Anambra State.
I also have to thank you because it's not easy. You drove all the way from Oka this morning for you to be here with us this very morning. It's a pleasure because there is this saying in Igbo language that all fulugo ya megini ya jugo manade megini ade afugo wada. So it's a very big honor to have you on this very program. Let's quickly begin the conversation because I'm aware that Governor Soludo came into office with the mantra of turning Anambra into a livable and prosperous smart mega city. Let me ask you, what does this mean in practical terms, especially for ordinary Anambra in rural areas?
Okay, so people need to understand what's a mega city. So that's the first question we need to ask ourselves. What's a mega city? As you can see, the population of Anambra is growing very rapidly, as well as the population of Nigeria. So a mega city, as it were, is a metropolitan space with more than 10 million people. That is the definition. So when we put the word smart mega city, what we are saying is a well-planned city that will be powered by technology, ICT, and have the quality of its the quality of life of its inhabitants enhanced. And that's what we are doing. You see, today, if you read my piece on the cable newspaper, I put it very clearly that we are working with 3 important documents: the Vision 2070, the People's Manifesto, the Soludo Solution, and the Transition Committee documents that were handed over at the point where our governor came into office. Of course, that committee was led by Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. So the vision is clear. The foundational steps that we need to take, the pillars, the infrastructure, the human capital, because of course you can't have a Dubai Tower without having the kind of people that will power that change. You see our free education, we see our free health, you see our landmark project, you see how we are connecting the 4 major cities in Anambra with a beltway, the way you have in Washington. So in terms of infrastructure, human capital development, security, we are putting that foundation, and that foundation is already there. So the next phase we are going is the industrialization phase, and we are already there. The misuse industrial city. I'm going to tell you a bit about that. You see the pharmaceutical hub that we are building, and just a few days ago, the renowned pharmacists from all over the country came to have a conference here in Anambra. And when you put all those things together, you're going to see that the foundation of a strong, prosperous, and rich city, a city that can generate the wealth that will make its people prosperous, is being built.
All right, I want to ask you, when you say you are building the pharmaceutical hub, and you also talked about mixed, city hub and all that. AMIC. Now, people are saying these things are not on ground; they're on papers. Can you help us to know where these things are? Can you tell us it is in this town and people can go there and have sex? Most time when these things are talked about, people keep saying these are on paper. Just like even our guest who made this similar statement that this is on paper. Now when you say you are building automotive this and then agricultural hub and then pharmaceutical hub, this industrialization you talked about, can you let us know the towns these things are in, and possibly if we can access them, see them, and even touch them?
I mean, the pharmaceutical distribution hub is in Oba. It's almost completed.
It's in Oba.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, you can see that for AMIC, for Onitsha 2.0, and even for the railway, these are very fundamental projects that will leapfrog Anambra into development. The lands have been acquired, the designs have been done. I mean, I need to tell you that these are mega projects. In the UK, for example, some mega projects take 7 years. The design, the planning, the construction. When you go to Onitsha 2.0, around the Oba Ndekpe area, we've acquired over 5,000 hectares of land. The design has been completed. And I mean, the design takes a lot of time. Sometimes some of these designs take more than 1 year to do.
Okay.
So that's one thing people should know. And the planning, the contract, the procurement award, and all that takes another time to do. So as the next phase we are going to see now in the project is to start the land reclamation, because I think some of these areas are swampy, to start the land reclamation and all that. For the AMIC, the land has been completed.
What is AMIC? When you say AMIC, let's
Anambra Mixed Use Industrial City.
Anambra Mixed Use Industrial City. Why I'm doing this is for people to understand. All right, go on.
I mean, we are even taking power to that region, the Ogboji, that area, the suburb of Oka. Because the point I need to make is this. We have not followed the plan, the original plan of Oka and Onitsha. You have seen people building on waterways. You've seen people, lands that was designated as green areas, people have gone to build there. So you see that if you want to take us to how it should be, it's going to be a chaotic disruption, and nobody likes that. So what the governor has said is that new developments are going to take place. New smart green cities are going to is going to start building them, which is starting like in the Oka 2.0, and the existing city for Onitsha, for example, which was like an urban slum before we came in. Take Okpoko, for example. Come on, it was the biggest slum in the whole of even Africa. And you see the kind of disruptive change. If you go there, you wouldn't believe that this was Okpoko 5 years ago. That international community claimed that the worst air quality was found around Okpoko. So the point I need to make is that I think we've never seen this kind of administration, in the sense that it's not the kind you see other government do. They build one building. We build cities.
Oh, you are building cities.
You build cities.
So which cities have you built?
Go to Ekulobia.
So Ekulobia now is a city.
Come on, have you not seen the disruptive change that happened in Ekulobia?
The flyover,
the market, the country club, the stadium. I mean, you are reviving a whole city from a slum. Let's take Okpoko. We didn't go to build one road. We build the hospital, we build the schools, we build roads, we build event centers. We are taking what our solution innovation district. We want to start training those children in tech. So I don't think we have this kind of administration. I'm not saying this because I'm saying this as an academic. You go to the government house. I don't know if you've been there. It's a city of its own. It's a city. Anything you want is there. And Soludo is not building it for himself. It's the government house. So any governor of Anambra, this is the face of Anambra. You go to the fun city. Some administrations would have maybe built one cinema and commissioned it. I mean, building a cinema and commissioning it is even a laudable project.
Okay.
But if you go to the fun city, you have a water park, world-class standard. You have amusement park, you have cinema, you have country club, you have over 2 kilometers of road around it. Come on. This administration is a kind of administration that the vision is clear. It wants to change the face of Anambra. And it says to change the face of Anambra, it's not something we do in a piecemeal approach. We need to take a location and change the face.
Okay. All right, Professor Ebuka Wankwo, you are special advisor to the governor on special projects. And then from what you've said so far, it means that you are into some of these projects. You see to their design and possibly execution. And somebody who has a first class in civil engineering, I guess that's why more reason the governor brought you up in the area of design, implementation, and execution. So it means that some of these things we are seeing, you've been the one involved in the design. True of us?
Yes. As a special advisor, don't forget there are dedicated ministries that these projects come under.
Okay.
But the governor, being who he is, he thinks through everything, and he likes getting expert advice, and that's where I come in. Some of these projects that are very dear to the state and to the administration, he has assigned me to some of them, and regularly I give him my own advice on this project, which he puts side by side with advice from other professionals. So, and I also give him daily reports. I monitor the project for him and give him my own professional perspective.
All right, let me ask you, when you were talking about Oka 2.0 or Nature 2.0, many Indian Anambra listening to us, they have continuously heard Oka 2.0 or Nature 2.0. Can you break it down for them? Not in a way of the way professor break down things during a classroom lecture, but in a way they will understand and ask questions. It's one thing for you to tell them something they can really hear and ask questions. What is this Oka 2.0 or Nature 2.0 all about? And when you say mega city, you have just defined what mega city is all about. So let's get those concepts.
Okay. The vision of Oka 2.0 is to create a smart city, brand new city.
From Onitsha, or
at the outskirts of Oka.
Okay.
And it's around at the suburb of Oka. It's around Aguluzechukwu, Ogboji, Ndiowu, Ndekelong axis.
Oh.
So you see at the suburb of Oka.
So to transform those areas into another city.
So it's going to be another city.
It will be like Oka.
I told you that Oka, a great city, but people have not followed the original plan.
Okay.
And people have developed it in a haphazard manner.
Okay.
So now it's like building afresh a new capital. And you see a lot of in Egypt they're building a new capital. And don't forget, most importantly, Anambra's population is growing at a very, very rapid rate. Very soon, Onitsha will not contain our children. I mean, there's no doubt about that. How do you know this? Just look at the rate at which we generate refuse and see at the rate. I mean, you clean the city today, tomorrow is all. That gives you a kind of inkling that the population, there's pressure on the land that we're in. So because of this, the government has decided to build a brand new city where the planning, the design, and everything. I give you example, and I think Dangote made that point. If you have a 1940 vehicle, there's no way you can, rehabilitate that vehicle to be a brand new. At a point, the best is to buy a brand new car. I mean, he made that comment when he was talking about our refinery. So, this is the vision of the governor. When you want to see a city that has a very good air quality, well planned, tech driven, and all that, we're going to start to build afresh, which we are doing. Design completed, the land in the outskirts of Amik, we're bringing power there. But for the original city, of course, we are still going to, keep recreating the city, trying to do one or two things.
So now, from what you've said so far, when you talk about Onitsha 2.0, I'm beginning to think that probably Oba area, Aboku area, they are now going to be part of Onitsha 2.0, another city of Oba that would accommodate people. And then you say that the pharmaceutical hub is being built there. And then is that just the only thing being built around that place? And you said the designs have been completed, and then the next phase will be what?
I can send you some documents because around the River Niger axis, it's actually called Oba Odekbe area.
Okay.
So that area is Oba Odekbe. I think those community claim ownership of that land, and you see, and it's swampy. You're going to have a good view of the River Niger and all that. So The land has been acquired. I think it's about 5,000 square meters, and design completed, like I said. And I mean, the next phase is for the development to start going, because we're going to bring the power infrastructure, the common facilities, and all that. But the good thing about those land is, I mean, when you are starting a city from the scratch, you have the leverage of designing. You don't have encumbrances. I mean, for example, I give you an example. Our railway design master plan, it's already out. But you know that the route that this railway is going to pass, people have built on that route.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at what we did in Ekulobia. Some people said it was not possible. Because when you see that Ekulobia, where the flyover is, you know, I think over 13 filling stations were on that area.
Oh, 13 filling stations?
Yes. And it's not an easy thing to do, because the governor is a very compassionate person. He also knows that even though these people must have built on the right of way, it was somebody, probably in the government, that sold it to them.
So he compensated them?
Approved it. Of course, all the dualizations we are doing is compensating them.
Oh, compensation is going on?
Man, you can find out. You can find out. Well, we'll call it, sometimes the compensation might not be the word, but it's a kind of compassionate
appeal.
Grant.
All right, let's move at a faster speed because of time, because we have got so much to ask you this very morning. And I also want you talked about disruptive change. I want you to expand some, more about it. You talked about it in the area of Oboko. You talked about it in the area of Ekulobia. So, what is this destructive change? What exactly is being disrupted, and how has this destruction benefited governance or service delivery?
I need to make this point. I mean, thank you very much for this question. The point I want to make, and our viewers to take away today, is Anambra is not a very rich state. If you compare it to Port Harcourt, to River State, to Lagos, I mean, the budget of River State and Lagos are almost going above $1 trillion.
$1 trillion areas.
However, what we have been able to achieve, some of these states are jealous of us.
Oh, they have not achieved it. You mean what Anambra state government has achieved that Lagos hasn't achieved it, and Rivers? What about the Blue Rail that Lagos statement, the Blue Rail project by Sanwo-Olu?
As is coming. And don't forget that blue and red line, and I think the purple is coming.
Okay.
The designs were started by the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Oh, he started it while a governor in Lagos State.
Yes, the design.
Not even the governor Sanwo-Olu who started it.
No. They didn't start with Sanwo-Olu. The design, the conceptualization, because like I told you, these are mega projects. It takes time. Some projects take 2-3 years to design and plan, and that's why I tell you, in the last 2 years, we've been designing our rail line, talking to investors.
You mean rail line is coming to Anambra State? Is that what you're trying to say as a special advisor to the governor on special projects?
I mean, the governor has said that in many fora. However,
is the design out?
Yeah, the design is complete.
The rail design. Can you share with us where this rail line traverses?
First of all, the design was done by a Canadian company called CPCS.
CPCS by a Canadian company.
And interestingly, that same company worked in the design of Lagos railway infrastructure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can check that. They were also involved in the conceptualization of that infrastructure. So we are using the best. We are using people who have.
I want to know where this rail line.
I mean,
is it Oka to Onitsha or from Onitsha to Ekulobia to Oko? Where?
Now, the railway line, we have different options, but fundamentally, what we want is a beltway.
Okay.
Oka, Onitsha, Ekulobia, Nnewi. We need to connect these major cities. And don't forget, we have already connected it with our ongoing dualization. So what we want to do now is to use the railway line to connect it. And what the governor knows, because he's an economist, that as soon as that railway comes on board, our roads will last longer.
Oh.
Because freight, heavy transport, petrol tanks and all that, we pass through the railway. Heavy duty vehicles will pass through the railway.
Heavy duty vehicles will pass through the railway.
I mean, when I mean vehicles, it doesn't mean automobiles. Sometimes with big trains, vehicles, heavy duty haulage.
Some of these haulage, these things will now pass through the rail lines.
Faster.
They will not use our roads again.
Accidents.
Are these things coming anytime soon? Because when we talk about rail line, but these things you are telling us now, they appear so good, fantastic. But somebody listening will ask, how long will we wait to see these things?
Okay, so design completed is part of what the governor is about starting. And don't forget that, do you know how long it took Lagos to complete the blue rail?
How long did it take Lagos?
I mean, it was over 3, 4, 5 years. Even the construction and all that. And it's still not finished because it's done in phases.
Okay.
So, I'm very optimistic because mega projects of that nature have a minimum span of 3 years to even do maybe a few 50 kilometers. Because don't forget that when you are doing railway, we are going to import all the steel. Huge importation of
the steel.
I mean, you see this, the track is made of steel.
It's made of steel.
The ballast and all this made of steel. These are huge.
So when are we importing those things?
And don't forget again that the right of way, a lot of people have encroached into the right of way. So the conversation is going to be something that, and I think that is one of the major problems, because the governor is a very compassionate man. So most of the things we are doing is that when these people come with the design and all that, he said, no, look at this design as well again. Let's see the best routes, because at the same time we want to bring development to our people. At the same time, we know that some of our people who have built beautiful structures also got permission from some administration. So even if anybody comes and say no, so I mean, the design completed, we're tweaking it and all that. But I'm very optimistic that in the second tenure we'll have a railway.
So you are saying in the next 2 or 3 years the railway will be here with us?
Well, from my experience of mega projects, I think in the next 2-3 years.
2-3 years, the rail lines are here. I want to ask you something, because it's very important. You've been dealing with the challenge of executing capital projects. I understand. And I know you want to say something. In flood-prone areas, erosion-affected communities across the states, how has it been like? I don't know if this development is also getting across to them.
Well, we are doing things in a different way.
Okay.
Our projects, one of the reasons that we've had flooding is, first of all, environmental impact assessments are not done for some projects. So you see a problem comes here, causes a problem in another community, and so we're doing that. We're taking through our projects. At the same time, we have an aggressive desilting, cleaning campaign.
All right. I would also want you to use the microphone, because
okay. Yeah. So we have an aggressive desilting campaign. When we started initially in Onitsha, you see that we attacked Onitsha, we cleared the Sakamori, where people, and you must have noticed that as of today in Onitsha, those kind of flood that we used to report 10-15 years ago that submerged houses, kill people, I don't think people might not realize this, but sometimes when you solve some problem, people forget where we are coming from.
Okay, I know. Remember, it's good to hear about some of these things, but our people will always tell you the one we see on the ground is the one we can hold, and they say, yes, this is it. But all the same, you've told us what the design is all about and what the execution time is all about, that people should just sit back and expect some of these things. And then, can you give me a high impactful 3 special projects you can mention so far the government has executed in Anambra State?
Well, thank you for that question. We've done so many projects from the general hospitals that touch people's life. But the point is this, and I think I learned this from one of our, from the governor to be precise. Sometimes when he throws out these questions to people, what could be impactful to you might not be impactful to Mr. B. But on a general, because I've seen somebody who has told me that the biggest thing that we have done that touched him was our free education.
Free education?
However, when it comes to infrastructure, we have a vision to transform the state, and we are setting the foundation. If you see the Fun City, I was in the Fun City last weekend. For a moment, I didn't know I was in Oka. Please, I'm inviting you to the Fun City.
I've been there when it was opened.
Go there when you see children screaming on roller coaster, on drop tower. It was like Disney. So, that's a mega project. This is a project that ordinarily should take an administration 6 years, because that place was a swamp. And to reclaim a swamp, first you have to wait for rainy season for it to compact I mean, people who are into engineering will tell you that you have to wait for to settle. But because of the kind of quality of workforce that the governor has, we did that project within we are in our third year, and that project has been far commissioned. When you see that project, we don't have any place like that in Nigeria.
There's no place like Solution Fund City in Nigeria.
An amusement park.
Not even, people are saying we have such a place in Asaba.
No, well, Abo.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the governor for who he is, even the people who worked in that Abo, who owned it, we recruited some of them to give us ideas. So you see that the governor goes for the best. Okay. The guy that owns the one in Abo is part of that Solution Fund City. He's part of the people who design, conceptualize, and we criticize his own and came up with something.
So you're saying the Solution Fund is far more bigger than what he has in Abo?
I mean, don't take my word for it. Google it. There is nowhere in Nigeria where you have an amusement park and a water park, world-class water park in one facility.
There's no way in Nigeria. Not even in Lagos.
Not even in Lagos.
Not even in Abuja.
In Lagos, you could have a water park
alone.
Yeah, you could have an amusement park
alone.
But having both
together
and a country club. I mean, you must have heard of Ikoyi Club, where the elite relax and exchange ideas fertilize. We have that in the Fun City premises. There's a country club, which I think you are doing a great job. You're a great person. Like, you should be a member of that country club. Yeah, where you can meet commissioners. And I think many people listening in Onitsha.
We'll talk about that later.
Come over to be members of, where they can even meet the governor in a lounge and discuss what they want, what they feel that is dear to them.
All right. I think we also want to ask, are these things really the needs of the people? Would you say that these things are actually meeting the needs of the people?
Oh, like I told you, we have over 800 kilometers of road going. I mean,
going on.
Would you be able to tell us? Completed.
600 kilometers asphalted in 3
years.
Has any government done that in Nigeria? I want to find out because I want to just make.
No, thank you very much for this question. I give you something to think about. When you look at, just cast your mind back to any administration, not even in Anambra, it's always that, oh, this guy did so very well in education, but in roads, he's average. This guy did so very well in infrastructure, but in education, in health, he's average. Cast your mind to any government. In Nigeria, this is always the case. But in the Governor Soludo's case, is it education? Is it health? Is it security? I mean, our homeland security law, when we came over, almost 9 local governments were under siege. Is it infrastructure? Is it road? Is it even, I mean, the government house, a lot of administration ran away from it. They couldn't. That place, I was involved in that project. When we went there, it was something that looked impossible. I mean, somebody even told me that it was a den of cultists. Because when it gets to 7 p.m., people don't go to that place. They say the uncompleted shanties there was now being inhabited by cultists.
Someone was telling me that these shanties were what you people remodeled.
I mean, no.
We are there demolished, and then the fresh
58 buildings are there. The road network is over
58 buildings in that new government house. Yes,
the road network is 3.8 kilometers.
3.8 kilometers.
Road, internal road.
Within that new government house.
The perimeter of the fence is 2. Fence with CCTV infrastructure with underground. Let me tell you. Now you've made me. Sometimes we try to be modest about these achievements. Is there any public facility that in this state that has an underground water hydrant system, firefighting system,
underground?
Yes.
I'm not aware.
The way you see in developed countries. So when you see the fire hydrant, all a truck needs to do is to come there, connect its hose, and put up fire.
So that's what we have there.
Go there, you see that scattered around. How many public buildings do you know that have central HVAC system, air conditioning system? Not split unit, central. There's a pointer, because what we are doing is that we are setting the template for the kind of development we have. How many public facilities? And don't forget that government house you brought about is a public facility. It's the face of Anambra. It's the place where civil servants can have a decent accommodation and be productive.
Don't you think it's big or wasteful, like we saw in Abia State, where the governor was saying, I'm going to use my own home and then the one built by OKC Bazo. I don't want to. In fact, we best convert it to hotel.
No.
As a civil engineer,
are you aware that one of the priorities of the governor of Abia State is to build a government house? Now,
he wants to build a new government house.
He has announced it, and he says that is one of his major priorities. Don't take my word for it. Google it. Even the president told him that. I mean, you can't have a government without a face. So if the Tinubu or the Shetima visits or the vice president, I mean, think about it. You don't have a. If you don't have a.
I'm actually carried away. We have to.
It's important I make this point. Right. And I didn't want to say this, but you have pushed me. I'm a professor. When in the university, I have a decent office. At least as a professor, NUC one of the requirements is that professors must have decent office where they can, attend to students. When I was appointed, I don't want to go for that. The old government house did not have any place for me. Have you seen? Have you asked yourself where does the governor entertain his visitors in the old government house? Where?
Possibly, so, I don't know. Maybe his own lodge.
Is it proper?
So it's not proper for governor to entertain visitors?
No. Think about it. Where you live. Don't forget again that he has a family, and this is supposed to be his house. No, I'm just speaking. I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking as a Nigerian. This is supposed to be your house, where you still have some element of privacy. But because you don't have anywhere, you don't have an office, a decent office, and that is why there are past governors that have decided to even run governance from their country homes. Because
the person that first did it in Nigeria was CCO when Jim Wobodo could not hand over to him. I remember that period when Jim Wobodo could not hand over to him, and he said that there were a lot of juju in that government house, so he felt that the best would be to run the government from his own home. And he said that in his father's house there are many mansions, so why would he go and take up the government of Enugu State mansions? But that was just Jim Wobodo and this CCO.
So the point I need to make is that even me as a professor, when I came, there was no office technically for me. And when I went there, when the toilet they showed me that had not been flushed for years because there was no water in that. But don't forget that it was a construction site of the company that built that express. And so
we understand those things. Let's allow our listeners to come in at this point, because we have to allow them. They will have to ask you a question. Professor Ebuka Nwankwo, I am also really concerned about some of these projects you've mentioned, and then I have other questions for you, but let's allow them to come in first. And then you can also call these lines 0803 221 6973. You can also call our second line 0803 827-6694. We have in the studio with us this very morning Professor Ebuka Nwankwo, special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on special project, a first-class holder in civil engineering. He's a civil engineer. Let's get your thoughts this very morning. I know the phone lines are buzzing as usual. All right, take it easy. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Good morning. You're welcome. I don't know if you're there. Please take it away from me. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Tony Mbeki. How are you this morning?
I'm very good. I hope you're all good also.
I'm good, my dear. Prof. Ebuka Nwankwo, how are you?
Fine, thank you very much.
My name is Mr. Uchenna. I'm calling you from Iyala.
Mr. Uchenna calling from Iyala. You have less than a minute because of time. We have to manage our time very well.
Okay. The song, Let Me Believe, what I'm hearing is just song. Okay? I want to ask Ebuka Nwankwo, what has Iyala done bad to this administration that they just abandoned Iyala? The last time I checked, the vote that gave Soludo governor, he came from Iyala. Because after the election, Iyala results were withheld and later rerun. That was when he was declared winner. But I tell you, we don't have one road, one single road. The only one going on is where he's a commissioner for local government affairs. Both me, Barrister Vincent Ezaka, the one that leads to his house, that one has been abandoned for a very long time.
All right, we got a question. Because of time, we will relay the question. He has taken note of the question. What has Iyala done? I think that's your question. We got that because of time. We have to leave you now.
Explain to us what we did wrong.
All right, they should explain to you here like that. Other areas, we're gonna allow you to talk later on. Let's take more questions. All right. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
I am Batman. I'm calling from a name.
Quickly, you have less than a minute. We'll be giving 30 seconds now because of time.
Let me tell you, I want to advise Governor Soludo because what he will use in this campaign is this railway. So I want to advise him.
So you're advising him to use railway for campaign?
Let him make the master plan open, where the railway pass, where it will stop, where it will start, cities that will enter.
So you want him to use it for campaign instead of going into the real business?
Excuse me, Jim Tony. If he come into next administration, let him kickstart the railway. Because as it stands now, all that I am hearing here is also, I don't see that it's achievement, but it's not enough.
Okay.
But if we can be able to bring railway in his next administration, I think Anambra will not forget.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Badmos. Because of time, we are giving 30 seconds. That's much we can give this morning. Because of time, many people are on the line. Good morning. You are welcome. Are you there? Good morning. Are you there? You are on. All right, you have to really allow it to, diffuse a bit because of the congestion we have on the lines. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Good morning, are you there? All right, we're having congestion anyway, but then we are going to, rectify some of these things. And when people, good morning, somebody's on the line.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning to Professor in the studio.
You're welcome, Professor Ibukawanko.
I love civil engineers because my elder sister first son, I advised him to read civil engineering today.
So you love civil engineering as a course. You don't also love my own course.
No, civil engineer from other state.
All right, go on, please. No time. We have 30 seconds, please.
I love civil engineers so well because Nigeria is a project, so they have a lot of work to do.
All right. All right, thank you so much. I think...
please, I want to talk to the civil engineer, the special advisor, the FDA, to the governor on special matters.
Special projects. All right, go on.
That in their effort, my name is Onyeka anyway. I'm calling you from Obunike.
You're welcome, Onyeka Chunwos, calling from Obunike.
In their effort, they need a flyover. At that airport, Anambra Airport, they need a fly. It's a matter of...
All right, you called earlier before. Onyeka Chunwos, you called earlier. All right, thank you so much.
And
I have to let you go because you called earlier on. Those who called earlier, please allow others to come in. He was talking about the airport that Onitsha Elka Expressway that intercept to the airport, that there is need for a flyover there. I think he said it when we had the first guest. Let's go back to the phone lines because of time. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
hello, good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, Sunday from Ecuador.
Sunday calling from Ecuador. You called earlier on Sunday.
Yes.
Please allow others to call. Please. I know you called earlier on. We have to accommodate our brothers. There are those who have been struggling, trying to get in, but then there are those who have fastest finger. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
I'm talking about Obodoku Road. I've never seen it good before.
And let's have your name and where you're calling from. What's your name?
When I remember, I feel glad on the government.
All right, you are talking about...
I want to remind him about Obodoku Road. When they cleared Obodoku Road, they discussed some links covers, and they leave the floor of that cover inside the gutter. That it makes the gutter not flow free. If it is not on check, at the end of this rainy season, that Obodoku Road will destroy by flood. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Even though we've been trying to get your name, but then we want more of what you want to say. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Can you speak up, please? Can you speak up a bit, please? Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Tony.
You're welcome.
I want to greet the professor in the studio.
Oh, Professor, he's greeting you.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Chijo Kendibisa. I'm calling from Onitsha.
Chijo Kendibisa calling from Onitsha. Please go on. You have 30 from Obosi. All right, you have 30 seconds.
Okay. I listened to the professor this morning, and some of the things he said, it sounds academic to me. Because when you ask him a question, he will appreciate your question, but he will go diversionary. When you ask 3 special projects that the government has done, and he didn't answer that question. I wanted to know that 3 special projects that even Port Harcourt and that Lagos.
All right, thank you so much. Because of time, I have to let it go because of time. All right, thank you so much. I think he answered the question properly. He did not answer it the way you had wanted. He said that there are so many special projects that what is special project to him may not really be to him, that but then he can think of about the solution for city, the new government house, and then he talks about free education, but then he answered it, but then probably he did not answer it the way he's going to repeat the answer, because in classroom lecturers will tell us to repeat this.
Good morning,
yeah, welcome. It's good to have you.
My question is on the line, coming from the commercial city of Onitsha.
A good one, please go on.
You should be careful about what you say, because you say things to public. The person in the city engineering, and he's trying to tell us that the crew of the flyover is the standard to what we see in other states. Can you compare that crew of flyover to what we see in Lagos?
Okay.
Or can you compare it to other flyover?
All right, thank you so much for that question. Can we compare? All right, thank you so much. I think you asked him a question. He is going to answer with facts. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
This time I have all the things brought out this morning, I think it's unconnected with the people, like the Reform City and the Mega or whatnot. This is not.
So who are we speaking with?
Okay, I'm speaking of Anthony Meketa.
You've called earlier on. Didn't you hear when we said those who called earlier on should not come on? But then you said that these things he mentioned probably may not really be connected to the people we called. That he's going to answer that. And then let's respect our rules. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Are you there? All right. Thank you so much. Take it easy. You don't need to rush this. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning. No, I've been trying from the beginning.
I know you've been trying from the beginning. You're welcome.
There's a state.
You're welcome.
Tell you what, I'm just around the corner. If I come from here, for example, that's Anambra State. I think I salute Professor Soludo. He's doing a good job of things. Initially, we thought it was not going to do good, but he's doing it. And I want to address the first man that called, the gentleman, journalist. I think as a journalist, he should have gotten some ethics of the profession. Get his facts right. Now he's telling us his Omoeko. They call him back there. My friend, journalist, how do you come to run Onitsha? Anambra State. When you say when all of you do journalism in Lagos.
All right.
Why have you
the first guest has gone. Let's channel your energy to the second guest. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's take the last call and then we come back to Professor Ebuka Wankwo. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
My question is this.
What's your name?
Is it not the time?
What's your name?
They will invite people from Apoga to Pontic.
All right.
If they invite them, there is great awareness.
All right.
Because it's a very terrible, nice business.
All right. All right. All right. I'm just trying to get your name. Please, when you call in, the first thing you do is to let us know your name and where you are calling from. And many of you may dodge that. You know why? So that you will not be counted to have called earlier on. And those who want to follow shortcut, please we acknowledge that. Let's quickly turn our attention to our guest in the studio, Professor Ebuka Wankwo. I don't know how many minutes I'm going to give you, but then you have about 5 minutes to respond to some of these things. Let's manage the time very well.
Okay, thank you very much. Very passionate questions, and I really love the people of Anambra's engagement. So I'll just start with no particular order. I mean, there was a question about Ihiala being abandoned. No. There are a lot of routes in the pipeline. We are doing 15-kilometer route a month.
15 kilometer
a road of routes a month.
A month in Anambra State.
Yes. So we're going to get to Ilara, and I'm aware there are lots of routes in the ANSEC that are going to be awarded.
So you are telling them to come down, the roads will come to them.
We are doing a lot of Ihara. I know the general hospitals there, the primary health care. We are doing a lot of things and more.
In
Ihiala and the security.
I also have my hometown, Osumo. I don't know if it's also included in the whole, because Osumo is in Ihiala local government.
I mean, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's some of this. I mean, we're going to talk a whole lot, but there are lots of. But I appreciate the guy from Ihiala. I appreciate your passion and I salute your love for your community. But I can assure you that at the rate at which we are doing, we're going to do more roads in Ihiala. There are lots in the pipeline. And the airport flyover, I don't know if he's talking about the federal road and all that.
The federal road, that ferry, Onitsha, Oka Express Road, the one that when you get to, what do you call it in Tejo or thereabout, you dissect and head straight to the airport.
I mean, I reckon he's trying to bring a suggestion. I mean, that's something as a civil engineer, I promise I'm personally going to study the feasibility of doing that.
Okay.
Oboduku, thank you very much. And I think this is the kind of things the governor
the feedback.
People, the kind of feedback he has told me of the problem in Oboduku. So when I get back, I'm going to talk to my people to go and check Oboduku Road, yeah,
along Oboko.
Yeah. The gentleman who said I didn't mention the top 3 projects, man, thank you very much. I didn't know if I didn't miss it. We have so much, over 200 projects, but I think Okpoko is a landmark project. What we are doing, the regeneration in Okpoko, the fun city. I mean, people take it for granted that they have a place like this that is creating jobs. Go and see how many people are working there. It's giving Anambra a new face. It's making families to bond. You needed to see the joy in families, and it's changing the government house. I mean, some people say, but we're going to talk about the human capital development, the teachers, thousands of teachers, 8,015 teachers that was recruited in the first year the government came into office. It didn't recruit them when it was leaving like other state government did. The regeneration we are doing in Ekulovia, the over 800 kilometers of road, dualization. Come on, now we are dualizing, having a beltway, Oka to Ekulobia, to the boundaries of Imo, from Agulu to Newi, to Nobi, Newi, to the boundary for Onitsha Owerri Road. I mean, these are landmark projects that are changing the face of Anambra. I mean, I can go on and on. So for the person who says, I didn't touch the program, I just tell you, I also write in the cable newspaper. Read my column. You will see there's not everything I can say in a 1-hour program. The Fun City is not connected with people. I mean, I did an article on the Fun City, and I advise you to Google my name, Google the Fun City, so you see where we have highlighted the economic importance of Fun City. I mean, so the flyover. Somebody talked about the flyover. Now on the flyover in Ekulobia, I'm going to talk to you as a civil engineer. If you go around, even in Delta State, all the bridges that you see in Delta State, the span is no more than 20 meters, because you can't use reinforced concrete to go more than 20 meters. Those that are civil engineers know what I'm talking about. So if you want to go more than 20 meters span, you are going to have a very uneconomical.
You are talking about width now.
No, we're talking about the span.
Okay.
The distance between 2 pillars, what you call 2 pillars,
okay.
2 piers, what you call 2 columns,
okay.
2 supports.
You can't go beyond 20 meters.
Check all the bridges even in Anambra before the flyover, except the one constructed by Julius Berger, the Onitsha, the second Niger Bridge.
Okay.
But in Ekulobia, we have 30-45 meter span.
Oh.
So the space between 2 supports. So you see vehicles can pass on that 2. You see the way. So we used a technology called pre-stressed concrete technology. Pre-stressed is a pre-stressed concrete beam. Can Google that. There is no pre-stressed concrete bridge construction in the southeast, to the best of my knowledge.
Even the ones done in Ebonyi by Omai.
Go do your research.
So no pre.
Julius Berger's own is a pre-stressed, the second flyover.
Pre-stressed.
Pre-stressed. This called so you have reinforced concrete and pre-stressed. In the southeast, 99.9% of bridges are reinforced concrete.
Reinforced concrete.
But ours is a pre-stressed concrete.
Somebody say that bridge you can't compare it with the one seen in Lagos.
Well, Lagos, like I said, Lagos is a very rich state. But however, that bridge is unique. And don't forget that we are laying the foundation. This is the first of so many to come. So governor says you haven't seen anything yet. So just sit back, relax. Beans. You know, you remember when governor kept saying those things. And the airport, we've talked about that. The railway. I mean, just want to make a quick point about the person who commented on the railway. The governor has said that this is one of his priorities. And don't forget that the first phase of that railway is 1.2 billion. The analysis we are getting from the international consultant is $1.2 billion. if you put all the money we've spent in the last 3 years that we have been in government, we are not up to even $700 million if you use prevailing exchange rate. All the money plus all this free education bridge, we're not up to $700 million. And this railway, they're telling you the first phase is $1.2 billion. So it's something that the governor is thinking deeply about and all that. So, but the governor has said it, and I believe in him. And just sit back and relax. You will see. I'm trying to touch on some of the questions.
Touch all of them if possible. Because of time, we are completely out of time. We have to leave.
Airport, not connected with the people. I mean, I've told the guy who commented on Fun City, well, to me, because I'm a lecturer, I love criticism. Because I believe that the only way society can move forward is by constructive criticism. And that's why I wish you could invite me again to
I'm going to invite you because
more time to talk to this, because I love their passion.
We are going to invite you because we are completely out of time.
Okay,
completely out of time.
Read my column on any of these topics you have said, because I've virtually written about any of these topics. Google my name and just put that topic. I probably might have written about it.
All right, thank you so much. Just have it in mind, we are going to bring you back. Maybe you have to complete your thought. There's so many things you would want to tell us, but I must thank you this very morning, Professor Ebu Kawankwo, an accomplished professor of civil engineering at the University of Benin with a stellar academic background, a first-class honors in civil engineering from Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and special advisor to Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, on special project. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
My pleasure. And
that's much we have for you on Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. My name is Tony Olisa Mbeki. You have a wonderful weekend.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM.